Oh, shit. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and every League of Legends challenger player out there, welcome one, welcome all, welcome back. I forgot my capybara. Fuck, let me get that on screen real quick. Whoa, there it is. Anyway, ladies, gentlemen, wait, oh, there it is, there it is. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, League of Legends players, everyone. Welcome back to another Patch Notes video, Patch Notes review, Patch Notes rundown with yours truly, the Giga Genius himself, me, Chris Allen, also colloquially known as Technical Channel. Anyway, we're back here once again, 2 weeks later, Patch Notes, patch 13.9. So, we're coming hot, but not really, off of the last pass to come out. I honestly forgot what it was because the passes kind of blend into each other because they're so not unique. Anyway, it's been a little bit since that pass ended, and because of that, I haven't really played League. So, while I'm still going to go over the patch notes, I'm hoping that this is going to be more reactionary than discussionary, but we'll always see because I might have something to say. But I'll put the preface out there first that I have not played in a little bit, so I don't know what's good and what's bad. As if I knew before, because before I was kind of just grinding out ARAM and TFT because I needed to have quick games. But anyway, let's get straight into it. Patch 13.9. Let's see what we got. I'm a busy man, so I don't got time for this, but let's see. Rise and Shine. It's patch 13.9. We're doing this at night, by the way. This week's patch will be a bit on the lighter side as we prepare for 13.10, which will be our biggest patch since the season started. I wonder if that's mid-season. I'm actually curious. Again, there's no surrender at 20. Rest in peace. I'm going to say it like every time. But the fact that there's no surrender at 20 means I honestly don't know any of the changes. Now, this is also an alternate effect of not having surrender at 20. It's the fact that because I don't know what's coming out, because I'm blindsided by everything, I'm kind of not as interested anymore until obviously the patch notes comes out. Until then, I'm not going to go out of my way really anymore to like view League news, but before I would have because it was all in one place. It's kind of sad. But anyway, yeah, so I don't even know if it's preseason, but we'll see. That's going to be in another 2 weeks, but the star of this patch, my star, will be the new Minion Jungle Plant ward. What? Oh, Nico. Oh, it's the Nico mid-scope. Oh. But we also have a few quality of life buffs and adjustments for few champions that haven't been quite hitting the spot we'd like them to. They say the same thing every patch. Don't forget that MSI kicks off in London today. And we're actually doing the patch notes on time today. This isn't a day late, so it actually is right now. Which actually reminds me I should probably put that on in the background. But it's weird because on Twitch, League isn't really popping off. So I guess it's not happening yet. It's happening later. Wait, actually, now that I just realized it, it's happening in London, right? Yeah, okay, it's in London, so fuck, I'm in America. There's a time difference. Anyway, if you need a quick rundown of the changes, no one cares, because we care about patch notes, not about professional play. Fuck professional play. So, wow, it really is a light patch here. Usually this is populated as hell, but it's not too populated. Also, we're going to go over the new skins at the end, as always. So anyway, champions, Nico. What do I think of Nico? I'm going to say the same thing I always say. This is more of the discussionary part, not of the reaction part, although it's both. We're going to go over the reaction part soon. But, what do I think of Nico? Nico, I think, should have been switched with Sylas. I think if you switch Nico and Sylas' ult, I think they would be perfect, right? It just makes sense lore-wise, and it makes sense gameplay-wise. The only thing in Nico's kit that helps her with her ultimate, which is supposed to be, you know, for a lot of champions, the make or break of their kit, the big play moment, you know, the crux of their kit. For Nico specifically, the only thing she has to help her is the root, which, you know, who knows if you're going to land that, and then the W, which makes you slightly invisible, well, not slightly, makes you invisible for a short time, and then you get move speed. But aside from that, you don't really have any hard, like, leaps, dashes, or blinks, like every other fucking champion that comes out. So, it kind of doesn't make sense how, for the majority of your kit, especially for your E, you're incentivized to be as far away from the enemy as possible. But then for your ult, you're incentivized to do the exact opposite. It doesn't make sense. Meanwhile, for Silas, yeah, he's a guy who absorbs magic, but there should be a limit. It shouldn't be he absorbs magic and he steals everything you have. It should be he absorbs just straight magic and blows up. Because I don't know how he's more of a chameleon than Nico is, because he literally copies you more than her. Aside from her looking like you. Well, only teammates. So, it just logically makes sense if they switch their ults. It's perfect, because Silas is always on top of you. He's always beating the shit out of you with his fucking icy chains of hell. And Nico wants to stay as far away from you, and she's a chameleon, so it makes sense she could copy you. She's of a science. She has magic, right? There's like primordial magic. Silas, yeah, sure, he absorbs magic, but it should be more of just like a blast and a boom, like regular magic, not something that can actually copy them. Of course, that means they would have to retcon a lot of like visuals and stuff, especially some of the music videos, but that's besides the point. Anyway, I think aside from that one point, Nico's pretty whatever. I think you honestly just need to scale her numbers around, and I pretty much like the kit. But anyway, let's see what they're doing, because I see a whole essay here. Nico's mid-scope update. All abilities adjusted. Okay, so let's see what Riot thinks. I hope they touch her ulti. I mean, I already know what they're doing. If you don't live under a rock, you're going to see, like, what they did, which is, like, she's actually a chameleon now. But let's just read it just in case, because Riot has changed stuff before in PvE that I've heard about, and then they've actually drawn it back, and I've been wrong before. So let's see. The intent of Nico's mid-scope is to help her achieve her under-delivered fantasy as one of the premier tricksters in League. I wouldn't say she's one of the premier tricksters, although it does happen. I would say, honestly, LeBlanc and Shaco are more of the tricksters of League of Legends, but okay. Nico's passive, as is, has been pretty weak. I don't even know what her passive is. Isn't it like every third auto does like extra damage, or is that on her W? I believe that's with her W. I think her passive is she just transforms into one of the teammates and like looks like them along with their health. I think that's her passive. But anyway, her W was a bit more tricky, but still not even that tricky, and that's the whole point of it. We're opening up Nico's passive to be able to turn into anything, I hope that includes enemies, so that Nico can truly be a unique trickster. She will be able to turn into anything. Well, actually, turning into an enemy would be useless, because they'd obviously know from the mini-map who's like who, and where you are on the map. But anyway, she will be able to turn into anything with a health bar, from a minion to a monster to an Alawi tentacle. So anything you can target, it sounds like. Anything you can click that's not terrain, sounds like you could transform into, which is actually really fucking cool. She will have quite a few unusual interactions with other champions based on what she's disguised as. Her W should now be a true trickster tool, as she'll have complete control over it. You can fire and forget the clone like it was in the past, and you can also control it. Or its emotes, wow! To scout or deceive your opponents. We expect there to be a lot more mastery in both her passive and her W now that she has more options. That's definitely true, but at this point I feel like it's a little bit going into the Wukong territory. I feel like it's kind of stepping on Wukong's toes a little bit. But I guess we'll see. Let's keep going. The last major change oh thank Lord, is a substantial change to the readability of the spell. Oh no, sorry, reliability. Traditionally, Nico's R was very, very hard to hit against enemy actively playing around you, and like we described before, that's because her whole kit works counterintuitive to her ult. Again, it seems like it should have been Silas's ult, but regardless. Let's see. Spells in League of Legends should feel like they work for the character casting them, similar to Vex. Vex's whole kit literally works on itself. Nico's ultimate in many ways felt like it was working more for her enemies, that's true, than for her. This new increased reliability did make us have to shift a bit of power out of the ult, out of cooldown and damage. Interesting. That's one of the saving graces of Nico's ult. If you were able to land a good ult, which, already was difficult as fuck, at least you got rewarded for it. But if it's easier to hit, I mean, they do have to scale it down, of course, but I feel like, knowing Riot, they're going to scale it down too much. But let's see. But she'll hit the spell way more often, so we needed to curb it a bit. We also have some adjustments for the jungle to open up Nico to a role she feels fairly natural in. I mean, she is a chameleon, to be fair. There's no intent to make the jungle Nico's primary role. Yeah, we all know Riot, they really deliver on what they intend to. But for a character whose theme and gameplay feels so suited, it seemed a shame to not let her try to play there. So she's going to be an off-meta jungle pick. So, like with all the mid-scopes, we'll be keeping a close eye on Nico, and they're going to change stuff because they're inevitably going to break her, or she's going to have massive bugs, or she's going to be underpowered or overpowered. Yada, yada, yada. Let's see what they're doing. Passive. Nico gets Shuma. So, when Nico is near a non-epic monster, minion, trap, ward, or plant for 2 seconds, she stores their Shuma. Nico can click on her bar to become that unit. Click on Nico's face to return to Nico. Click on the little X to clear out Nico's current Shuma. Only 1 unit can be stored at a time. Okay. So you do have to stand near them, which is a little, but okay. Disguise no longer breaks on taking damage, only when the disguised self would have died or when you are crowd controlled. Okay. Nico for Speedo. That's such a bad joke. I didn't even understand that at first. Nico no longer inherits base attack speed, move speed from the disguised target if the stat is higher than hers. Interesting. And now it's on a 2-second cooldown, which is really cool. So you could use this almost at any time. I really like that. The Q, which is, I think, my favorite part of her kit. At least it used to be. We'll see what the ult is, but let's see. So the Q. Maxi range snares should always be hittable with Q now. Jungle Tomato. Q now deals bonus damage to monsters. That's really good. They're also buffing the No. They're nerfing the base damage. They're buffing the scaling. Okay. And then the area of effect is getting bigger. So overall, so far, Q's getting kind of just straight buffed. Casting Q beyond its maximum range will now cast the ability at maximum range instead of having Nico walk to a position to throw it. I feel like that should be the case with any champion. I don't know if any champion now, I mean, again, because I haven't really played and I play ADCs, but I don't know any champion where if you cast it out of range, they walk into the range and just don't cast it. I feel like that's a thing of the past. And the fact that it's still in the game is kind of silly. But anyway, that's pretty cool. So, Nico move Nico. After casting, Nico can reactivate to send the clone to a new location. So I wonder if you can only reactivate it once, but I guess we'll see. Clone now plays animations and sounds of QE, dance, joke, taunt, recall, laugh, and survives for their duration. Empowered attacks deal 50 bonus damage to monsters, and the clone now spawns 100 units from her to directly on top of her. So just straight up buffs. Okay, so a lot of the times the mid-scopes they do, it's more just like adjustments. It's major adjustments, and they do fix like the glaring issue. But like they also nerf other parts. So I'm a little scared when we get to the ult here. So the E. The E is getting slightly nerfed base damage, but buffed scaling. That's fine. And then finally the Pop Blossom. So after channeling for 1.25 seconds, Nico jumps into the air, knocking up all nearby enemies. Oh! Nico then crashes to the ground with all knocked up enemies, dealing magic damage to them and stunning them for almost a second. The cooldown is going higher, and the damage is now going lower in all respects. And she no longer gains a shield. So I'm a little scared for the channel. I mean, obviously, if you catch them in the channel, that they're guaranteed, unless the support is a god or they have Milio. They're basically guaranteed to get hit by the second part. But I'm thinking, does the first part do damage? I don't think it does. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay, I mean, it seems slightly better. The biggest change, ironically, isn't the ult. It's the whole, like, trickery thing that they're doing. I don't know if it's going to be good. I'm very curious to see if this is a thing that pros will utilize, or if it's, like, something that's just going to troll in lower ranks. But either way, it's interesting, and I think this is a great change. I actually really like this. Very nice, Riot. Very nice. Aatrox. Again, I don't know his state of the game, so let's just react to it. What are they doing? Passive damage increased, our movement speed increased, so Aatrox is weak. He's been struggling to make an impact in the top lane to bring him back in line with his power level of his peers, especially since Zolani is coming out soon, when increasing the scaling damage he gains from his Deathbringer passive. Okay, and they're giving him bonus move speed from his ult, which is fair. Okay, so the bonus damage is going up by 2%, that's nothing, and then, well, it's not nothing, it's something. But the World Ender is going up by 20%, which is near the same level of Caliber, I would say, as the passive change. Pretty good buffs. Pretty good buffs. Not crazy, but not bad. Very nice for Aatrox. Amumu. Okay, what do I think of Amumu? I think Amumu is very simple. He's always been very simple. The most complex and best buff they ever gave to him was making his Q double charged. After that, such a simple change blew him up. And he's really good. He goes AP, he could go tank. He's really good against just, physical people. He's really good against ADs. He's just a great all-around tank in general. So I feel like they nerfed him a bit too much because I do remember them nerfing him non-stop because he was just so good. So maybe they're either A, over nerfing him still, or B, they're giving him some love again because they smacked him too hard on the bottom, on the tushy. So let's see what they're doing. Amumu is a great introductory jungler who makes clearing camps easy. That's very true. On a mechanical and conceptual level, and that's great for him. This ease of execution leads him to naturally having a high win rate in lower skilled play. That's true. Where he's recently fallen a bit. Oh, because he got spanked. He's also a completely reasonable support pick at all levels of play, and that's sad, by the way. That's sad that he's a support pick. But honestly, considering the back in the day tank supports, I can honestly see it. He's more of a team fighting support. He could do good in lane, but he's also more of a team fighting support too. So honestly, I would agree with this. I would agree with this. So what are they doing? They're buffing him. They're increasing the flat magic damage. Or sorry, no. They're equalizing it to 20, so it's a buff early. And then the percentage health damage is getting buffed. Let's go! The W is my favorite part of Amumu's kit because I love max health damage and I love tick damage. Now granted, it's not tick damage you apply to them, you kind of have to stay around them, but still, it's max health tick damage regardless. So I really like this change. Amazing. Very nice, because I actually play Amumu sometimes too. Okay, Bel'Veth. What do I think of Bel'Veth? I actually have some opinions about this champion. This champion is very hard, and I think her weakest part, obviously, is early. She was supposed to be this big, like, you know, I'm gonna giga scale, I'm the Kale of the jungle, sort of like a mix between Kindred. I'm just gonna go crazy if I farm. And my scaling is infinite, which is why I was attracted to her aside from her look. So, she came out, I believe she was very bad, she had to get buffed, and then she got nerfed. I don't remember exactly, but I remember the biggest bullshit they did was they nerfed her late game, which, if you get to late game on Bel'Veth, if you could survive the early game, it should just be a closeout. It really should be like Kale level 16. And I don't know why they nerfed it. And I remember the specific nerf. She used to get attack speed based on the number of stacks on her passive. And they reduced it at level 18 to 1%. Or not at level 18, I think it equalizes at 13. Either 13 or 18, I forgot which one. But you used to get more than 1% attack speed per stack later in the game, and they lowered it to 1%. And I was like, why are you doing this? But regardless, I don't think Bel'Veth is that good. I honestly don't know if it's just me being trash at her, which is impossible because I'm so good at the game. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like when she gets going, she goes, right? She's like a hyper carry. When you're eating the ass of Bel'Veth and of Bel'Veth, you know, you're not going to stop eating ass. But if you're not eating ass, it feels like shit and you do nothing. You're a feast or famine champion. So, I feel like she's weak. I feel like she's weak because more times than not, me personally, when I play her, and I do play her, I don't do too good early. It's very easy to counter her. It's very hard to get ahead on her, and it takes a while. You have a big point where you're just weak and the enemy can exploit that if they know how to. And also, I'd like to direct everyone's attention to the right side of the screen on the client. I have a friend called Bel'Veth Voidusi. You know, just to show him a true Bel'Veth lover. But anyway, I honestly don't know what they're going to do. I feel like they should buff her, but she hasn't got touched in so long that I don't know. And the worst part of this is, I have a sneaking suspicion they might nerf her, because whenever I look at the win rates on u.gg, she's actually doing pretty well, which baffles me. So maybe I'm just too small brain. But anyway, let's see. Attack damage growth decreased, Q damage to monsters increased. Interesting. With these changes, we're trying to give Bel'Veth a much better early clear in the jungle where she typically has been struggling, which is ironic. As a dedicated jungler, aka a farming jungler, Bel'Veth has a surprisingly risky early clear. Ain't that the fucking truth? That's abnormal for most junglers. Yeah, that's abnormal just in general. Ever since they introduced the little jungle pets, almost everyone and their mother could jungle, and they're not too scared to. Bel'Veth is, though. And I'll tell you the main reason why after I read the paragraph. So, we're giving her a bit more clearing power. She's already a relatively balanced character. Yeah, okay. We're trimming some scaling down from her base stats, and she'll be getting more out of her jungle clears. We expect this to be a power neutral change, but leave Bel'Veth players a bit happier when they're doing normal jungle. So, her attack growth is going down, and her Q damage to monsters is going up by 20%. That's not bad, However, I don't think they needed to do the attack damage growth hit here for the pure fact that Bel'Veth does about, I think, 80% of her damage. So the only other champion in the game that I know this applies to is Kalista. Any amount of AD you have, whatever it says your damage is, you're doing 90% of it, I believe, on Kalista. It's either 90 or 95. I don't know if they still have it, but I'm pretty sure it's still there. Bel'Veth, it's like 80. You're literally doing 20% less damage. Now, later on in the game, it makes sense because you attack like a fucking machine gun. But early in the game, you feel it. It even affects your true damage, and I for the longest time couldn't understand this. On Bel'Veth's ultimate passive, right? Every other auto attack, I'll use the example like this, right? Every other auto attack on Bel'Veth's passive would do 11 true damage. And in the game, obviously that's not all there is. I'm simplifying it here, but because it does increase infinitely. But every other auto attack, the first auto would do 11 true damage. And then when I would attack the enemy with the other auto attack, it would do 8 true damage. And I'm like thinking, like, are they lying on the tooltip? What's going on? The passive even affects her true damage, which is crazy. But anyway, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But overall, I mean, if it makes her jungle clear better, fuck it. And we're only losing 0.2 AD, so... You know, I mean, later on that equalizes to more. Let me do the math here. Let me get my handy-dandy calculator. So, 0.2 AD times 18. So you're losing 3.6, which means realistically you're just losing 2.88. So you're losing like 3 AD, which, you know, it's something, but it's whatever. So, moving on. Jinx. I don't like they're touching my girl. I feel like recently, I don't remember specifically what they did, but I feel like they buffed Jinx recently. And I feel like now that they buffed her, they're going to nerf her because I think Jinx is one of the best ADs in the game, at least as a hyper carry traditional ADC. Not when you have some bitch-ass mage in the bot lane. But anyway, let's see what they're doing. I hope it's nothing bad, but I think it is. Jinx is one of the stronger ADCs in League, and as a result needs a light nerf. So, instead of her gaining more attack growth, she's getting a little less, which honestly, Jinx hits like a truck. Her rocket, you know, fish bones, it has a advanced damage modifier. It actually does more damage than a regular auto. It has a unique scaling. It's 110%, so this is perfectly fine. I don't think this is going to do anything. It's like the lightest slap on the wrist you could get, so that's good. Jinx is still good, I believe. Kale, what do we think of Kale? I believe from what I saw, again, even though there's no surrender at 20, I do still see like bits and pieces here and there. I believe they're touching up Kale's ult here. So I kind of know the spoiler here, they're giving her a buff. And I think she needs it too. Again, there's late game fantasies, and the one late game fantasy I will always say they did really good was Kog'Maw. When they had Kog'Maw back in the day, have his W uncap his attack speed to where you could go to 5. Well, not uncap it, they doubled it. You can double your attack speed to 5 a second, even though they made it do reduced damage as well. They took it out, so it's not in the game anymore. But that was the third instance of something doing reduced damage, aside from Kalista and Bel'Veth wasn't even out yet. But they had that in the game, and Kog'Maw was a giga carry. They fulfilled the fantasy 110%. So I feel like Kale isn't living up to it because there's so much that they tried to do wrong with this character. Not that they tried to do wrong, but the fantasy just wasn't fun. Kale's early was so bad, and the trade-off was if you survive early, if you make it 40 minutes into the game, you can have fun. But as a Kale player, knowing how League of Legends goes, you're almost never going to get to 40 minutes unless the enemy team is really bad. So a lot of the times the fantasy was, you know, it was there. They did do good on the fantasy when Kale first got reworked. It's just you could never really fulfill it because it almost never happened. So because of that, they transferred a lot of power into Kale's early and mid game, so it wouldn't be a terrible slogfest, and because of that, they had to take power away from her late game. It did lessen the identity. Kale is still good late game, don't get me wrong, but she's not what she used to be. She's not like, you know, I'm gonna fucking fear for my life if I see her. I still will, just not as bad. So I'm hoping they're pushing more towards giving her more power. I feel like Kale could be stronger, personally. We're adjusting Kale's ultimate to allow her to attack for longer while invulnerable and increasing the AoE radius so she doesn't have to compromise her positioning as a ranged carry to hit the spell. I'm actually shocked they're doing this. But I think this is one of the changes where it just makes sense. Why wasn't it like this before? This is always what I say to Overwatch. Like, this should have been in the game. But if I say it with Overwatch, I'll say it here too. Even though it should have been in the game, I'm happy they're putting it in now. Jesus Christ, thank you. While the intent is to overall buff Kayle, attacking while invulnerable is quite powerful, so we're lowering her sustained damage a bit to compensate. Oh no! Another example of them nerfing her to, like, put power somewhere where it wasn't already. They're trying to make Kayle more just, like, consistent, it looks like. But anyway, what are they doing? So the E, the on-hit AP ratio is going down by 5%. That kind of hurts. And by 5%, overall, what this is about 20%, an actual 20% damage nerf. The actual percentages is 25 to 20, which is 5. But in the grand scheme of how much damage you're losing about 20% of the damage. So, the wave damage is getting buffed, but only later. But that's honestly fine. I think this is fine. So, the on-hit is going down, but the waves are going up. So, once you reach later into the game, you're going to be doing a little bit damage. Not as much, because the on-hit, you're going to be proccing that, you know, when you fucking auto them. But the waves are also pretty good, too. It's a little less damage than what it would be with the on-hit, but it's still fine. So now the cast time of R is 0.5 seconds. That is huge. That is huge. And the AoE of the ult is huge now too. So, Ascending. Kayle no longer lowers her range when casting ult on herself. The fact that that happened is stupid. I don't even know why that was a thing. But anyway, the invulnerability duration is overall getting nerfed. I did not know that. That's a big nerf. 3 to 2.5 doesn't sound big. It's pretty big. So the time delay until the swords fall is now 2.5 at all times, just like the invulnerability duration. And the magic damage is going down because you're going to hit it more consistently, and like we saw with Nico, if it's more consistent, it needs to be not as good, which somewhat makes sense. Overall, I think this is a great thing for Kayle. I'm a little scared for the E damage. I don't know how much we're really losing with that, but the ult is now going to be hittable. A lot of times I would see Kayle's having to flash onto the enemy just to land the ult. Now you're going to need to do that a lot less, which is very good. It's very good. This is going to be more of an AoE mini nuke, which I like. Very nice Kayle change. Sion! What do we think of Sion? I think Sion is a troll champion. I think he's one of the most unique champions League has. I think he could go a number of different playstyles, a number of different runes. I think he's one of the most versatile champions in the game. He's basically what Pantheon used to be. You could go him support, you could go him jungle, you could go him mid, you could go him top. You shouldn't go him ADC, but I guess you could if you really wanted to. You could build him straight tank, you could build him lethality, you could build him crit, although you probably shouldn't. But you could do so many things with this character because his kit is so crazy, right? I mean, look at the guy who fucking inted. This is the only champion you can int and be playing the game correctly if you're smart. So I think Sion is an insane champion. He's super hard, super like fun, super high skill ceiling, and you know, not too bad of a low skill floor. I think he's a great champion overall, so I'm a little scared if they do anything bad to him. But at the same time, he is a little rampant. A good Sion, it almost feels like you can't really do anything. Because again, okay, he starts inting, he's still doing something. Oh, you know, he's building damage, you kill him, he's going to one-shot you now. Like, there's so many troll builds on Sion with, like, Prowler's Claw and stuff, which I heard they're removing. Where it's like, this champion is just so crazy. It's good, but it's also not great. So I definitely think they might need to tone him down, but we'll see. Since the durability update and the addition of Heartsteel as a health stacking item, Sion's passive has been lasting far longer than it was able to. That's good. This was an aspect of Sion's kit that we felt needed to be brought back in line. So, now you're going to lose health at a higher rate, so you're not going to be in your passive as long. I think that's fair because I think sometimes, like they said, you did last kind of long in Sion passive. Not going to fucking lie. Not going to lie. Anyway, not a bad nerf. Again, the nerfs, like they said, they've been pretty light, and the buffs have been pretty light too, but so far, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. So, moving on to the Birdman, moving on to Mr. Corvid himself. So, Swain. Swain's early laning and damage has been lacking recently, so we're buffing his Q to accentuate the damage that he can reliably dish out, particularly on targets he can get in proximity of. So, I feel like Swain is almost in the same boat as Lissandra. They're very low range. They need a lot of commitment and setup. Swain is, I think, the better Lissandra. I think Swain is more fun than Lissandra for multiple reasons. Their Q is both low range, but if you hit it, it's pretty decent. It's low cooldown. They both have to kind of go in to really do the majority of their kit. Swain has to root you and stay on top of you. Lissandra wants to get on top of you to do her full kit and hit you with it. So it's very similar. I see the similarities between them, but I feel like Swain is definitely on the weaker side, which is sad because old Swain was so much fun. Not saying new Swain is bad. I mean, they're giving him buff after buff. The biggest buff, you know, they gave him was like the Q can go through minions, but it just wasn't enough. They honestly, all they need to do, and I'll say it right now, all they need to do is just switch up the numbers on him, give him a little bit more damage, specifically on the Q, hopefully, not on the E or the, God forbid, the W. They could give it to the ult too if they want to make him more of a team fighter. But I think the best change you could give Swain is doing anything to help his Q. His Q is the crux of his kit besides his ult. Everything else is important too. I don't want to like take away that, but the Q is like probably the most important thing. You could poke with it. It's your main form of damage. Your Q is your everything. So hopefully they're buffing that. And the big reveal my eyes will now feast upon, Death's Hand. Okay, so they are. They are buffing the Q. Thank God. So it's going up in base damage and it's going up in scaling. Not by a crazy amount, by 2%, but still pretty good. The bonus damage per bolt is also going up by, again, 2%. That's pretty good and some base damage. And then the maximum damage is actually going up a decent amount from 70 to 80% and from 348 to 365. Honestly, with how low of a cooldown this is, it's gonna add up. I think this is a pretty decent change. I think this is very nice. Very, very good. Now, listen, if they gave the same change to Swain as they did to Kayle, where they increased his ulti size, yo, it's a done deal. Like, you know, it's over. That'll be a great change, but I don't think they're gonna do that. But I feel like they should. But this is not bad. I don't know if this is gonna be enough, but maybe it could be. I think this is a great Swain change. Very nice. So let's see what they're doing to Talia, the Rock Weaver, the girl who was ugly and then they made pretty in the cinematic. So, what are they doing? In Talia's mid-scope, we limited her ability to have a guaranteed escape by building some walls around when she could cast her ultimate. I think that was fair. Some of this found success, but other cases left Talia feeling punished when she couldn't chase someone after she had recently damaged. Oh, I guess damaged them. Okay. We're happy in the cases where Talia rock surfs into enemies, so we're loosening these restrictions. So what are they doing? Whenever Talia takes or deals damage to whenever Talia takes damage. I actually thought it was that way to begin with. I didn't think if you do damage, you can't use your ult. That's actually crazy. I think this is, even though it's like not much of a change, I actually think this is a huge quality of life change. Because let's just say someone's a pussy, right? Let's just say you're beating them up because they owe you lunch money. Now you could chase them and you don't have to wait. Because there's a lot of times in League, right, where if you're fed and, you know, you start beating the shit out of the enemy, they won't even try and fight you. They'll just turn tail and run. And for Talia to not be able to chase them after, you know, beating the fuck out of them with a rock, I think is kind of stupid. Now, granted, you know, if she gets hit, she's a little dazed, she's a little disoriented. Sure, that makes sense, right? You don't want her to just be able to escape from anything, because then she's almost ungankable. But, once 6 hits. But, I think this is an amazing change. I don't know why I wasn't like this already, but again, like we said before, it's finally here. This is great. So, moving on to Troll Boy, Trundle. I think Trundle is very similar to Amumu. He's pretty straightforward. He does pretty well. He's like a mix to me of Amumu and Scion. There's a couple different things you could do on Trundle. They're more troll than they are on Amumu. On Amumu, it's kind of actually legit. On Trundle, it's a little bit troll. The main build you're supposed to go is Sunderer. You could go Triforce, you could go other nonsense too, but you really are supposed to go Sunderer. But overall, I think Trundle is pretty simple besides that, and he's not that bad. He's pretty fun, so I don't know what they're going to do here. Trundle is underperforming in both top lane and jungle. He should not be a jungler, but it does work out because of the pillar. So we're looking to revert the base attack speed nerf, as this took a lot of power away from his resulting and feels hit for the Troll King. We're also giving Trundle a base mana buff to let him trade more. Okay, this is next to nothing. The base mana is more than I think the attack speed is. 0.6 to 0.67. I mean, this is where the math comes in where I'm not too sure, because I know the base attack speed definitely does matter for the scalings, but just based off the numbers alone, the mana looks like a lot better. 281 to 340, that's a good amount. That's like 2 abilities right there. It's like 2 to 3 Qs, because Trundle's Q is pretty low. But these are kind of wiener changes, so it is what it is. Volibear, the Vol here. What do I think of Volley? I think he's very versatile, again, similar to Scion, but not as much. You could go AP, you could go AD, you could go Bruiser, you could go full tank. It all works. But there's a lot more fun builds with AP and Bruiser, in my opinion. However, I think he kind of lacks, but I'm not sure. I think this might be a pro change, because I feel like they're leading to MSI changes, but who knows? Who knows what patch MSI is even going to be played? Oh, no. Wait, no, this is an MSI patch. This is like... MSI is about to be played, so this can't be MSI patch. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like no pro changes are being made here then, which is good. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Volley isn't strong, but I could be wrong here. I haven't seen him too much, so I don't know. Excuse me. So what are they doing? Volibear is sitting at below average power level when compared to other top laners. Okay, so he's weak. So we're reverting some of the previous health ratio nerfs in order to have him be good. So he now scales a little bit harder off his bonus health by 1%. But the heal ratio went up by 3%, so that's pretty good too. So he does slightly more damage and heals more when he's lower. Very nice. Very cool. Slight changes, but not bad. Lichbane. What do I think of Lichbane? I think almost no one uses this item. I could probably count on one hand the amount of people that might use this item. Number 1, Fizz. Number 2, Kassadin. Number 3, maybe Ziggs. See, now I'm struggling. I'm struggling to think of who else. Victor, no, Victor too. Victor's the 4th one. I can't think of anyone else that might use this item. Victor, Fizz, Kassadin, and... God damn it, I'm missing one again now. I already said them, though. Victor, Fizz, Kassadin, and Ziggs. Those are the main people I can see using this item, and even then, Ziggs, you're sometimes better building other stuff. Fizz, same thing. Victor, same thing. Kassadin, same thing. So, this item doesn't feel niche on anyone. So if it's not niche on anyone, it's not really going to be used, because there's enough items that are niche to where it can't compete. So I think they definitely have to buff this. I think they should make the auto, and well, actually, they can't make the auto a nuke, because then more people will use it. But I guess that's the whole point. So honestly, maybe they just need to make this go into the meta for a little bit. Who knows? So what are they doing? Lichbane has lost satisfaction over time. The item is still popular with its core user base, like we said before. Excuse me. But we want those who purchase it to feel better about the purchase and just overall increase its viability as an AP item. So to do that, they're just literally giving it more damage. So if you don't know what to build, you could build this and be doing more damage. But I honestly don't think this is the case, because it is very niche how you do the damage. For instance, right? Ziggs, you could make an argument he would not take this. He would take this. You could make a good argument for him taking it. But you could also make another argument of, oh, he's just going to spam things so far away from the enemy, he's not going to auto them. And you'd be right. And at that point, you'd be way better with another item that has not only more AP, but also a better passive. So honestly, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. It is a buff, but it's kind of just like I feel like they don't know what they're doing. Anyway, let's see what they're doing. Expanded emo wheel. Yes! 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 Let's go! I can flex my emotes. I actually think the emotes in League, even though they're one of the stupidest additions to the game, I really like them. I like stupid. So I'm glad I can flex more of my limited edition emotes that you can't get anymore. It's finally happened. Emotes have been updated. They will now feature 9 slot wheels. Now you have space for even more bees. Thank the Lord. I actually felt really limited, and I wanted to put different emotes aside from the bees, but like there wasn't space, so I wanted to put like certain themes of emotes, but I couldn't put them together, and I was so sad. But anyway, search has also come to the emote collection, so finding your new and old favorite emotes is a breeze. Very cool. Very nice quality of life change. ARAM adjustments, no one cares, even though I should, because I actually play ARAM sometimes, because it's kind of fun. I've become more casual with League because I have no time and I'm in the adult world. But anyway, MSI Cup Clash. Oh, You know what I'm curious about? I'm curious to see when they're going to bring back the ARAM Clash, because that was one of the most fun things ever. I really want them to bring that back. I don't know if they did and I missed it. I don't know if they said they're not going to do it. They changed their mind. I don't know if they still are and they confirmed it. I know nothing. But God, I hope they bring it back. ARAM Clash was so fucking fun. Because it was actually fun. It wasn't too sweaty. It was sweaty, but it wasn't too sweaty. And then, like, it was random. So you just had fun with it. And you got rewards based on if you won. It was so good. It was so good. But anyway, let's see. Okay, so is this on the Rift? It looks like it's on the Rift. Yeah. Okay, no one cares. Behavioral systems. They keep updating this, but I feel like the community just keeps getting worse and worse. We're adding the ability to report players in the game. What? What the hell? What the fuck? Okay, this is crazy. We're adding the ability to report players in the game in order to provide you with some more opportunities to help us identify and take action. So this is where I think they actually are going a little bit farther than I thought, because let's just say, okay, they're inting in game, right? Oh, I want to report this guy. Okay, you leave the game, you don't queue up, like, you know, you just go into another game, you queue up immediately, and you forget to report the guy. You're like, oh, god damn it, I forgot to report him. But they added you can report him after the game now. But now you could even do it in the game? That's crazy. Anyway. Yo, pretty soon we're gonna get to a dystopian future where Riot literally bans you mid-game. And then your team loses. Because you lose the teammate. So, these reports will also give us more information about exactly when during the course of the game the disruption occurred. Oh yeah, timestamps. Timestamps. That's actually really good. Which will help improve our systems going forward. We hope you never need to use this, but it's there if you do. And that is the perfect mentality to have. You never want to have to use it, but you want to have it just in case. So, you can now create and update reports during the course of the match. You can also update your report in the post-game screen if you have a change of heart. So if you forgive them if they carried you. So all game they could be feeding, but if they decide to finally go sicko mode and win the game, you can take away the report. We've consolidated your mute options into a new panel. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. Mute all and self-mute. We've added mute all and self-mute controls now located next to your own champion portrait. Very cool. I don't know why those are there, but I'm all for adding options, not taking them away. Even if they're stupid, fuck it. Bug fixes, we don't care. And I believe... Oh, skin bug fixes, wow. I believe that's everything. So now let's look at the piece de resistance, the thing that still keeps League afloat, and, you know, their wallet's full. The skins! So I actually am not familiar at all with any of these skins. And already looking at the first two, I'm gonna say this. I'm extremely erect. Now, originally, I wasn't planning to show the videos for these on YouTube, but honestly, I think we might have to. I think we might have to just because these skins look fucking stupid mode. I really hope, I really pray to God that we're getting a legendary this patch. And I hope it's for ASOL. I don't think it will be, but if it is, I will be fucking erectile dysfunctioned. Let's see what's happening. So, we have Ink Shadow ASOL, which looks amazing. We have Ink Shadow Kaisa, which looks amazing. Ink Shadow Yi, which looks a little whatever. It looks like eh. Ink Shadow Urga, which is interesting. Holy shit. Ink Shadow Voli, which he's a fucking tiger. Oh my god. Ink Shadow Yasuo, which is very cool looking. It's green and he looks like an old man. Ink Shadow Yone, that's amazing. And then Prestige Ink Shadow Yasuo. I don't think there's a pass out for this, which is very sad because I really want to get Ink Shadow Yasuo Prestige, but we'll see. We'll see how the skins look. Oh my god, the in-games look stupid. And by stupid, I mean good. Especially the ASOL one. Dude, these skins look amazing. And then we have emotes, which is a new thing here. These are all ass. No one cares about these. Okay, let me go on YouTube and let me look at these skins. These skins, at least from the splash art alone, these look fucking thick. Like, these look actually just, like, ridiculously good. Oh my god. See, this is what I'm talking about, yo. I feel like for a long time, Riot has pretty much, Riot has very much lost their touch with the community, and they're kind of just very corporate now. But, yo, I need to see these skins. Hold on. Ink Shadow skins. Okay, let me go at skin spotlights, because they have everything. I thought skin spotlights was always connected with surrender at 20, but I was wrong. And we could get a little spoiler for the skins in 2 weeks. Oh boy, don't look at those, don't look at those. Alright, so let's see. So, we have, Yone, Yasuo, Voli, Ink Shadow Comic. What the hell is that? And then Prestige Yasuo. Where's the rest of them? Oh, here it is. Kaisa and Yi. And Asol will leave the best for last. Oh fuck. Wait, that's Udyr? I thought that was Urgot. I misread that so hard. Wait, was it Udyr the whole time? It was Udyr. I thought it was Urgot. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Okay. Yeah, so let's put this here. Did I get Udyr's one? I didn't. Here we go. Yeah, we're gonna put Asol's one last though. Anyway, let's take a look at all these. We're not gonna spend too long on them, but we're gonna take a look. So, here's the Yone one. Splash art is a little eh. The splash art is like kind of the weakest. I love the coloring though. I love the theme. I love the coloring. The end game's not bad, I guess. So let's skip ahead a little bit. Let's see the effects. Oh, I like the purple. The purple's very nice. Let's see the back. Where's the back? Oh shit. Is that Yasuo? That is such a sick back. That is actually fucking amazing. Wow. Oh my god, his swords look so cool. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I like the ink theme so much. Holy shit. I love the colors and I love the theme. I love both. Oh, his Q looks good. Oh my lord. I don't know if it's better than the legendary, but the legendary is kind of cheek, so. Oh my lord. Hey. Yo, I'm liking this, man. Oh yeah. See the E. The W is kind of whatever, but, you know, not much to expect there. Cut through lies. Oh, and it has a voiceover too. Okay, the E looks really good. Wow. Oh yeah. Okay, this skin's nice, yo. We gotta see the old. Where's the old? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh, maybe not. Oh, so that says when they're dead. I never knew Yonzi did that. I never knew it had an indicator for like, okay, you killed them. Ooh, that looks really nice. Okay. Oh my god, it's like an ink splatter, yo. Okay, this is really good. This is really good. Very nice skin. Very nice skin. We're starting off strong. Let's see the Yasuo one. Let's see his brother. The splash art looks fucking sick. I love the colors so much, yo. The colors are very varied and I like it. Oh my god, the thing on his shoulder is animated. That is really cool. That is very, very cool. Alright, let's get to the fucking skin. The end game looks sick. Oh my god. Let's see the back. Where's the back? Is he gonna fight Yone? Damn. Ooh. Yeah, that was okay, I guess. Not bad. Okay, that's a shield. You know, honestly, okay, the autos look really good, but the shield kind of looks like a fucking booger color. I don't know. I thought the green would be like more like vibrant, not so kind of yucky. This is kind of yucky green. Yucky green and black. Not a bad skin though. Still pretty good, but I thought the colors would be a little bit better. Okay, not the bad wind wall. Okay, okay. The one little complaint I have is I don't like the 3 little like roaming little like symbols. But it is what it is. Okay, there's the E. Very nice, very nice.
But watch your back.
This one also has a voiceover too, damn. Okay. I'm more interested to see the ult. Let's see the ult. Oh fuck, he just did it. God damn it. Alright, let's see, let's see. The ult isn't bad. Honestly, I thought this skin would be better. It's mostly because of the colors too, but it is what it is. Okay, Okay, and that's death. Alright, cool. Yasuo one, not as good as I thought. Still good, but I'm a little disappointed. Excuse me. Chromas look sick, though. I hope the chromas change the colors. Oh my god, if they change the colors, then this skin's amazing. But yeah, no, it definitely doesn't. You know what this skin reminds me of with its effects? It reminds me of Psyop Zed. Like Psyop Zed reminds me of this skin. Next, the Volibear, the tiger. No longer a bear, more of like a fucking tiger, a Chinese tiger. Wow, that skin looks good. Wow, that looks really good. This is near the levels of like the Prestige Volibear skin. This is really good. Wow. Really good in game. Holy moly. Oh my god. I imagine the chromos for this skin are gonna go crazy. And I'm really curious to see the passive. The passive is gonna probably look fucking insane. Let's see. Let's get past this nonsense. What's his back? Come on, show me the back. Ooh. Oh, okay. See, I can imagine that being Udir's back more than anything, but I guess we'll see his soon. The autos look very nice. The effects look very nice on the autos. Come on, let's see the passive. Wait, he didn't even show the passive. I mean, the Q looks pretty nice, but, oh my god, he just drops down on all fours. Is he purposefully not activating the passive? What the fuck? Okay, that's the W. W's not bad. I mean, you know, what can you really do with an X, right? They just recolored it, but... Or maybe the passive is going off. Oh my god, the E looks really nice. The E looks like you're forming a tornado, but it's like dripping ink. Oh, that is nice. It kind of looks like Garen ult. Okay, this skin's really good. Wow. Yo, let's see the big ult. Let's see the big ulti. Where is it? Oh, shit! Wow, he looks like he's on fire. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a really good skin. Wow. Any skin where the colors are very different from the base skin, I think is really good. Or any, like, color scheme it hasn't used before, because some color schemes, like, get overlapped with the skins, but yo, this is a bomb-ass skin. And then this is all the chromos. Yeah, the chromos look nice, too. Holy shit. Okay. Volibear skin, really, really good. Really, really good. Ink Shadow Comic, what is this? Is this a cinematic? Okay, this is cinematic. So we're not reacting to this on the stream, or on this video, rather. I'm going to react to this in a separate video, so let's go to the Yasuo Prestige skin. Hopefully it'll be better than the Booger Yasuo regular one. Dude, he looks evil. Oh my god. What the hell? He looks fucking evil. The endgame looks nice, though. It doesn't look like it fits the line. Especially because he has, like, the freaking crystal hair. This looks so weird. This does not look like the base skin. I'll say this, though. The base skin for the, you know, for the Ink Shadow Yasuo, I think the in-game looks good. It's just the effects don't.
Except a good drink.
This one, I don't like the in-game. The in-game looks nice, but it doesn't look like Ink Shadow. It looks weird. Let me guess, is the back the same? Let's see. Oh shit, there it is. I mean, honestly, it's honestly sad, but from what I saw from this back, which we're gonna see right now, ooh, the effects look way nicer than the base skin. The base skin's in-game looks better to me. The effects of the Prestige look way hotter, though.
You can try.
It doesn't really look like ink anymore, though. It looks more like glass. It still looks hot, but it's a weird theme. Like, oh my god, yeah, the colors are really nice. Wow. Huh. See the wind wall. Where's the wind wall? Wind wall's pretty good. Yeah, I think overall the Prestige is better, but it feels so out of place. It feels so out of place from the theme, but it's a good skin. It just, again, doesn't feel in the theme. Let's see the ult. The ult's probably gonna look good too. Let's see. Yeah, the ult looks pretty okay. Not bad. Not bad. I think... Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna end up repeating myself. I think the effects are way better. The in-game is good too. But in terms of what Ink Shadow is, this doesn't seem like Ink Shadow. Oh my god, that was cool. So not bad. Not a bad prestige skin. Next, we have Kaisa. I really hope this one's good. Oh my god, her splash, she's so cute. She's so fucking cute. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. So far, we haven't seen a legendary skin, which I'm a little sad about. The in-game for this is so nice. We haven't gotten a red Kaisa skin yet. And the little, like, back wings have, like, a little ink effect to them. That is really good. Wow. This skin almost looks like Blood Moon. Especially with the horns and everything. This could easily be mistaken for Blood Moon. Oh, what's the little frog gonna look like? Let's see. It's gonna spit it out. Ew, what the hell? It's like a little, like, demon. Where's the back? Ew. Let's see the back. Oh, shit. Oh. Ooh, okay, that's pretty hot. Ooh. I really like the Kaisa skin. Oh, yeah. Yo, this is hot as shit. Oh, yeah. This reminds me of the Jin skin, honestly. This reminds me of Blood Moon Jin. I'm telling you, it's so close to Blood Moon. It's good, though. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's really good. Holy moly. Ooh! I feel like they could have done a little bit better on the passive, but honestly, it's fine. I don't like the design they used. The design could be a little different. But it still works. It's still pretty good. Yeah, this is a bomb-ass skin, yo. Holy Jesus. Wow. Dude, it's so sad, because I feel like this is, like, as good as the Legendary. And the Legendary is a Legendary. This is sad, man. Ooh, there's the ult. That looks hot. You could see the symbol underneath them too, although it's very faint. The whole, like, ink shadow symbol. That is very cool. Dude, I'm so excited to see Asol's skin. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Okay, what else are they going to show? The upgraded one? Ooh, the upgrade looks nice too. Okay, the upgraded Q is pretty much the same thing. Very cool though, seeing all those little, like, missiles pop out. And the upgraded W. Ooh! Oh my god, that looks beautiful. Wow, and where's the E? That's the regular E? Oh my god, the skin is so hot. Wow. The upgraded E? Pretty cool. Not bad. I like how the symbol pops up too. All other times in the skin line when the symbol pops up, I kind of hate it. But for Kaisa, I think it works the best. Wow. Yo, this skin is amazing. Holy nana. Wow, it's red Kaisa. The chromos look sick too. Holy shit. It kind of reminds me of also Galaxy Slayer Zed with like the little symbols, especially like on her hands and stuff. Wow, yo, this is amazing. This is a crazy ass skin with crazy ass chromas, yo. Wow. It's gonna be so awkward when you're using like the red or you're using the skin and everything is red and then you're just blue. A good dichotomy though. But damn, yo, Kaisa's hot. Okay, anyway, really nice skin. Very good. Next, we have Ink Shadow Yi. Yi. I see Asol there in the background. Very cool. Oh, this skin looks hot. Wow. This skin looks very hot. I like the in-game. This looks like futuristic Neo themed. Huh. Alright, we don't need to turn around. Okay, cool. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this a legendary? Hold up. Is this a legendary? Hold on, hold on, hold on. I think this is a legendary. No way we're getting a second Yi legendary. He has a Chibi Asol too. Originally, I thought this was a 1350 because his base, like, stance animation looked the same. Oh. If this is a 1350, this is insane. This has to be a legendary. Dude, oh my god! Dude, this skin looks a fucking crazy. Yeah, this is a legendary. It has to be. It literally has to be. Oh my god. Way better than Project, I'll tell you what. Wow. It has new quotes, yeah. It is legendary. Oh my god, look at the E! Holy shit. Dude, and then the double strike, you see the little A-Soul. That is insane. Wow. Okay. The skin feels like a legendary too. It looks very floaty. A lot of the legendary skins have overly... Oh my god. They have overly done animations. Yo, I want to see the ult with the E. Where's the ult with the E? Oh my goodness. Jeez. Wow. You literally look like an ink blotch. Oh my god. Yeah, that looks insane. Wow. That's a really good E skin. Holy moly. I think the Q changes too when you're ulting. I think it changes the color. What are they showing now? Ooh! Wait, whoa, wait. When you get a kill, what happens? That's the crit, I think, right? Wow, this looks insane. Oh my god, the A-Soul eats him! Oh man, I'm sad. I'm sad the legendary's not for A-Soul, it's for a guy who already has it. But granted, it's an amazing skin, but... Oh my god, if only it was for A-Soul. You know how good it would have been for A-Soul to have his rework and a legendary too? Oh my god, that chroma looks sick. That chroma in the middle looks absolutely amazing. Wow. This is a bomb-ass skin. This skin is the bomb diggity. Okay, let's look at Udyr. Let's look at the fucking ugly fucking forest, man. Who I thought was Urgot. Is he doing that to Yasuo? What is he doing that to? Oh my god, I think that was Yasuo. I think that was Spirit Blossom Yasuo he was doing that to. If not a random guy. I feel like Udyr hasn't gotten a skin in a hot minute too. I'll be honest. His in-game hair just makes him look more like a fucking homeless person. He looks like a crazy fucking homeless person. He also looks like he just shit himself. Ugh. I'll see the back. Ooh, ooh. His hands are dripping ink. He just yells when he spawns in. What the hell? Alright, very normal autos. His normal stance is like... Oh. I was about to say, his normal stance is like probably the weeniest one. Yo, the claws look sick. Wow. Those look really nice. Oh my god! You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the guy from Mob Psycho who had the spiral, like, side power. Oh, wow. This is like the Kaisa skin. This is really good. Yo, this skin is hot. I mean, typically all of Udyr's skins are really hot, though. But, like, yo, this one looks nice. I can honestly see those symbols on the back of him being a little bit of, like, a nuisance, though. Those don't look good. Oh, my God. Jesus. That's turtle stance, I guess. Oh, my lord. Wow. Yeah, this skin is really good, too. Oh, there's the ram. Yo, the ram looks so cool. It's purple. Dude, these are the colors that look amazing. Not Yasuo's fucking shitty booger green. This skin's colors look really good. Oh, my lord. Wow. Oh, my god. Yeah, this is an amazing skin. Wow. I'm scared to see the Phoenix. The Phoenix is about to go crazy. Oh, my lord. Really good skin. Really really good skin. Excuse me. Whew. Oh, the Phoenix looks like the turtle. Honestly, it's really nice, though. All the stances in this skin look amazing. I was worried maybe one of them would like be lackluster, but no. All of them are good. All of the stances are good. Wow. That's really good. I can just imagine what the chromas look like. The only thing I don't like is his head looks like it has a mop on it. That's the only thing. Don't quack me. Of all the skins, I think the chromas for these are kind of the worst. The chromas really, like, you can't even notice them. The most the chromas do is change his pants. Like, that's all they do. They just change his pants. Like, do you want red pants? Do you want white pants? Like, this is crazy. But anyway, finally, we're up to the A-Soul skin. The best skin. Hopefully. Hopefully this is going to be a good skin. The splash art looks fucking insane. The main thing I don't like, and here we can see Yi is like turning him into a chibi. The main thing I don't like about the whole skin line, and there's exceptions, you know, with Kaisa and with Yi, it's the little symbol. I don't like how A-Soul has the symbol on his forehead. Oh my god, this skin looks so crazy. This looks like Void Aurelian Soul. It's such a shame this wasn't the fucking legendary, man. Oh my god. It still looks decent, but we gotta see the effects. If the effects don't compare to the other skins might be better. Mecha A-Soul might be better.
Then add Starfire and voila. It basically does the rest itself.
This really looks like Darkstar A-Soul.
I shall be the last.
He still has the crown too.
Lucky you.
Oh my god, yeah. Ooh, the skin looks weird. I don't know. This looks very weird. I'm telling you, it's a mix of Blood Moon and Darkstar. Like, it has to be. Here, let's go to the back. Where's the back? Ew, he fucking ate it. Ew, he's drawing. That back isn't bad, I guess.
I'm going to throw a star at you now.
His autos are wiener, but they're expected to be wiener, so this is fine. Oh. Oh, okay, the Q looks hot. That looks space themed. I really like that. I like how it starts off pink and then it ends out blue. That is amazing. I love contrasting colors. The vibrancy and the theme of the colors is really good. The end game is whatever. Ooh. Oh, okay. I like this skin. This skin is good. The Q so far is the best part. He looks sick when he's doing the Q. Let's see the E. Ooh, okay. That looks pretty hot too. The main thing that's really good is the contrasting colors. It's the fact that it's pink and blue together. Both are very contrasting, but they go very well together. Like, it's almost near like a neon theme. I really like it. Oh my god, it's huge. I want to see the ult, man. Yo, let me see the ult. Oh shit. This shit's about to go crazy. Oh. Eh. The ult could be a little bit better. Yeah, the ult could be better. But the rest of the kit makes up for it. Yeah, I don't know. It's not bad, but could have been a little bit more vibrant on the explosion part, but okay. It looks a little too faded. But still, amazing skin. Not a bad skin at all. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, that looks really nice, actually. Damn. Considering, like, A-Soul's color scheme, and especially for all the other skins, this is pretty good. And that's his crit animation, which you should never see in an actual game, but there are trolls that exist. But now you can report them in the game! Okay, honestly, not bad. Let's see what the chromas look like. The chromas might make it better. The chroma on the right looks pretty good. The yellow, like, dragon... Ooh, these look nice. These two on the right look really nice. Especially the one all the way on the right. That one looks good. Ooh. Ooh, these are amazing too! The pink one and the blue one look really good. Ooh. Ooh. These ones aren't bad. These ones aren't bad either. Honestly, the Chromas go kind of good for him, too. I think the Volley ones are the best and the Udyr ones are the worst, though. But this looks pretty nice. Not bad. I'm actually pretty happy about the skin. Skin's pretty good. Overall, I'm very happy with the skin section of this patch notes. If nothing else, the skin section of this patch note was pretty fucking good. In terms of the actual patch notes, it was aight. It was aight. Let's go over the changes just once more. What are the major points that they touched on that like mattered? Lichbane is whatever. Udyr, Volley, these changes suck. Talia was pretty good. Thwain's pretty good. Signs whatever. Kale is pretty big. Jinx is whatever. Excuse me. Bel'Veth is eh. Mumu is eh. Aatrox is eh. And the Nico mid-scope. Honestly, all in all, considering everything in this patch and how light/heavy they went on stuff, honestly, this wasn't a bad patch. This was not a bad patch. There's nothing amazing that happened. But nothing too bad either. And the skins really impressed me. And we do have the Nico and Kale updates too. Honestly, I don't want to be overly generous, but it's put me in a good mood. I'll give it a 7.5 Mark Merrills out of 10. 7.5 Mark Merrills will agree that this is a good patch. I'm pretty confident. But anyway, that's going to be it for the patch notes. We're going to return in about 2 weeks. I like how they said this was going to be a short one, and this one went over an hour, as usual. So I can only imagine what the one in 2 weeks is going to look like, because they said that one is going to be their biggest patch since preseason. In preseason, I think I was like... That one, I took like over 2 hours to do that one, so... It is what it is. We'll look forward to that one when it comes. But anyway, 7.5 Mark Merrills out of 10. Hope everyone enjoyed, and we'll see you in 2 weeks, hopefully. Eee!